In ancient times, there was a king from the Sassanid dynasty. He was praised a lot, and his people liked him. When he died, his kingdom was doing very well. He had two sons who loved each other. The older son, Shahryar, felt sad because he couldn't share his power with his brother Shahzaman due to the empire's laws. After 10 years, Shahryar made his brother the king of Great Tartary. Shahryar loved his wife more than anything else. He liked making her happy by giving her beautiful clothes and jewelry. But one day, he found out that she had been lying to him and doing bad things. He was so ashamed and sad that he ordered his chief advisor to kill her. This made him believe that all women were bad, and he decided to marry a new wife every night and have her killed the next morning. His advisor didn't like this, but he had to do it because it was his duty. So every day, a new wife got married, and the next morning she was killed. The town was filled with horror because of the Sultan's terrible actions. People cried and lamented everywhere. Fathers wept for their daughters, and mothers feared for their children. Instead of praising the Sultan like before, people now cursed him. The chief advisor had two daughters, Scheherazade and Dinarzade. Dinarzade was like any other girl, but Scheherazade was smart and brave. Her father had given her the best education, and she was also very beautiful. One day, Scheherazade asked her father for a favor. She wanted to stop the Sultan's cruel practice of marrying and killing a new wife every day. Her father agreed to help her. Scheherazade asked her father to let her marry the Sultan so she could try to stop the killings.
Are you out of your mind? Oh, why would you even think of such a thing? You should know the dangers of being the Sultan's wife,
exclaimed the chief advisor, shocked.
Yes, father, I understand. And I'm not afraid,
she replied calmly. The chief advisor exclaimed. But the girl wouldn't listen to her father's warnings. Finally, feeling hopeless, the chief advisor had to agree. He sadly went to the palace to tell the Sultan that the next evening he would bring Scheherazade. The Sultan was shocked to hear this.
Why would you agree to sacrifice your own daughter for me?
He asked.
She wants this, Your Majesty. Even knowing the danger she faces, she is determined,
replied the chief advisor.
Make no mistake, Vizier. You will have to execute her yourself. If you refuse, you will pay with your own life,
said the Sultan firmly.
Even though I'm a father, I will follow your orders, no matter what it costs me,
the chief advisor said to the Sultan. So the Sultan allowed the advisor to bring his daughter whenever he wanted. The advisor told Scheherazade the news, and she was happy about it. She thanked her father for agreeing to her plan and hoped he wouldn't regret letting her marry the Sultan. Then she got ready for the wedding and asked for her sister Dinarzade to come to her. When they were alone, Scheherazade explained her plan to Dinarzade. She asked her sister to stay in their room on the wedding night. Scheherazade planned to ask the Sultan to let Dinarzade be there, so they could spend their last night together. Scheherazade asked Dinarzade to wake her up an hour before dawn and request a story. Dinarzade agreed to do as per her sister's advice. When it was time, the chief advisor took Scheherazade to the palace and left her alone with the Sultan. The Sultan asked her to lift her veil, and he was amazed by how beautiful she was. But he noticed she was crying and asked her what was wrong.
Your Majesty, I have a sister who loves me very much, and I love her too. Please let her stay with us tonight, as it might be our last chance to be together.
The Sultan agreed to Scheherazade's request, and Dinarzade was called to join them. An hour before dawn, Dinarzade woke up, just as she had promised. She asked her sister to tell her a story before the sun rose, as it might be their last time together. Instead of answering her sister, Scheherazade asked the Sultan if she could tell her sister a story. The Sultan agreed, so Scheherazade began her tale.
Don't miss out on the next episode. Get ready to be captivated by the next episode of our series, The Story of the Merchant and the Genius. Subscribe to our channel today and unlock the gateway to a world filled with captivating stories, mesmerizing adventures, and unforgettable characters. From daring voyages across the desert sands to encounters with powerful genies and cunning thieves, each tale promises to whisk you away on an extraordinary adventure. Subscribe today and let the adventure begin.